We're gonna go in tonight. We're gonna expose a lot of great information. Of course, we got a couple of hours of great content, but we're gonna be introducing some new strategies tonight. Something I know that I'm using currently. So I know that a lot of people are definitely gonna like the information tonight. Once again, we're gonna be talking credit, how to clean it, how to repair it. That's one. Second, we're going to be showing you how to build your credit portfolio out to over 20, 50, up to 100 grand on your credit portfolio. Not only that, we're going to show you the fundamentals of how to actually build out that credit portfolio. So I know a lot of people say, hey, yo, Josh, I got good credit, I got this, I got that, but you still can't get loans. You still can't really move how you want to move that credit score because you haven't properly set up that credit portfolio the right way. All right. Moving along, tonight's show, we definitely gonna touch base on business tonight. A lot of people in business, a lot of people jumping online, a lot of people closing up. I even went downtown Brooklyn today and seen Century 21 is closing. It's like, wow, they're like the biggest, one of the biggest retailers out here in New York, and they're closing up shop. And there's a lot of companies closing up shop, and I know mainly is due to capital and marketing, and like we talk about on this show, that's what it's all about. It's about capital. It's about marketing. So once again, like I said, we definitely want to go into business tonight. We're going to be talking about some strategies to help you always remain profitable in your business, and also just like Apple, just like all the top 500 companies, they diversified their profits. I know a lot of people don't talk about diversifying your profits. Like, what the hell did he just say? That's right. How do you diversify your profits? A lot of people don't talk about it. We're going to talk about it tonight. So, just to touch base on it, right? A lot of companies, small, big, or even high-tier companies, should focus on diversifying their profits, meaning they should have a plethora of different avenues or asset producing product or services in their business alongside running their main core business. So if you're not diversifying your profits, one, right? And then second, if you don't have a plethora of other producing assets in your business, you're leaving yourself open for the ultimate kill, right? That's something I had to learn. That's something I had to put into like actual play, right? Once again, the Josh Harkness Show is for family members, it's for small business, it's for mid-tier business, for high-tier business, right? We do have, vast information on different topics, so we done did it all, right? All our information is only based on real information, based on real results in real time. That's the reason why I always try to keep up with doing a live feed. So if you guys have any questions right there on the spot, you guys can, do a quick Q&A with me, call in. You guys can, whatever you need to do to get your question off. If you need help with marketing, building out your credit portfolio, how to clean your credit portfolio, anything, any kind of strategy that you guys want to talk about, anything that you had questions about that you just can't run to your lawyer, that you just can't run to your marketing manager, you just can't run to your mom and dad, or what the case may be, you just can't run to the teenagers and ask them. This is a great time for you guys to get those questions out. So normally we try to leave about 5, 10, 15, 30 minutes for Q&A once we start. But if you guys have any questions, this is the time to do so. So let's drop the number real quick for you guys. I forgot to put that on the board. So let me give you guys the number to the live call in. So that's going to be 718 587 05, right? So this is a live call-in number, right? So if you guys have any questions for Q&A, you guys can call in. We'll do a live 30-minute, 40-minute before we kick off. You guys can call in and get anything answered there, right? So tonight we're going to be doing credit. We're going to be talking about business and also marketing. So anything of the sort, you guys can log in tonight, give us a call, and then you guys can get some of those questions answered. Other than that, you guys know how we do it. We let people log on. We want to make sure everyone gets in, get in on time. We want to make sure everyone can hear me. Nick, can you guys hear me on that side with this microphone? If you can, just text me in the comments that you guys can hear me inside the mic. Um, if you guys can hear me, please let me know that you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? Right, I just want to make sure everybody can hear me. We got a new mic set up. Just want to make sure the levels are right. Can you hear me? So live Q&A. I just want to type some stuff in real quick. Hold on, guys. So live Q&A number. Just want to drop the number here for everybody. So if you guys, ES can't hear you. Great, Liddy. Also share the live feed to your friends that's popping or not popping. Share it to whoever you guys want to share it with. Tell them jump on. You got some good information here tonight. All right, so that's the live Q&A line number that just dropped. And then we're going to do two more things real quick, and we're going to get going. So at 8:35, we're going to start. So just make sure you have your pen. Make sure you guys have your pad, because we're going to go straight into it. Before we start, tonight we're going to do something that's different. We haven't never done it before. So we just want everyone to know, like, listen, tonight, I appreciate the love. A lot of people checking in. But we do have to focus on, one of my goals is focus on building out our YouTube page. Everyone know that we want to build it out as fast as possible, so we can start getting some of these more information out to the masters. So we definitely need that support. So please, if you want to call tonight, if you guys on a live feed on Facebook, please subscribe, even on our Facebook page as well as our YouTube page. So go to the Josh Harkness live show on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Smash that like button. Even when you're here on Facebook, smash that like button. Share the content. Drop some comments. Give me some feedback. If you guys have any topics or questions that you guys want to talk about, drop it here. We'll go into it, right? Once again, so tonight we're going to do a company gift card giveaway, right? So this is the cash money, right? We're going to throw some up in the air because we're going to get away some money tonight. So that money is y'all right there. That's all y'all guys right there. So listen, we got money for y'all tonight. So we giving away, come on, count it up. Right? So we got some money for you guys tonight. So tonight we're going to be giving away $400. We got a $1,000 bag for you. We got a $1,500 bag for you. We got a $2,000 bag for you tonight. We got a $2,500 bag tonight. And on top of that, we got a $5,000 bag for you guys tonight with our company gift card giveaway. All the money is going to go towards a company that you guys pick for us to do service for you, right? So that's a great opportunity for you guys to, just call in, drop in your questions. The more people that log in, we're gonna have a pull, and then we'll see who gets the win, whatever pulls out for you guys, right? So tonight we're giving away a company gift card giveaway, all the way up to $5,000. Now, one of the key things to get this free gift card from our company, or whatever company that you guys pick from. So you guys can pick from the credit company, you guys can pick from the marketing company, you guys can pick from the real estate company, you guys can pick from the cleaning company, you guys can pick to do stuff with some of our online digital products like our podcast packet. You guys can pick from the marketing packet. You guys can pick from the ultimate social media packet that we have. You guys can also pick from one-on-one coaching from me personally, right? You guys can also pick from videos and content and all that stuff for your company. So there's nothing that you guys don't have access to tonight, especially with the cash giveaway. So you guys have access to a lot of stuff tonight. Like I said, the main important thing is to go on to Facebook. Make sure you guys put me down for follows. Make sure you guys, tell your friends and family to follow and check the stuff out tonight, because we're going to be looking at that. So we see who's going to be adding people. We also can see, who's going to be active in the comments, who's going to be, giving questions and things like that. So we're paying attention to make sure we give this opportunity and this money to some people who really need it and some active people that support on the channel. Other than that, make sure you go over to Facebook. Make sure you follow. Make sure you like. Make sure you comment. Make sure you share. If this has been some great content for you, make sure you share that as well. Now, for the YouTube page, we want to make sure that you guys subscribe, make sure you watch the playlist, which is very important because a lot of information that I'm giving is all game, is all free. I'm not charging no one for it. Our main goal is to give back to our community. Our main goal is to empower you. Like I said, tonight we're going to be exposing a lot of shit that I'm seeing, and I just want to keep everything freaking, keep it, everything on up and up. A lot of these people out here that's saying, okay, they're teachers, coaches, mentors, gurus, or they're just trying to support the community. You can't support the community that's below, financial standards, and you're trying to take money out of their pocket. That don't even make any sense. I mean, other than that, that really lets me know that a lot of people out here, not to say they're not getting money, but they must not be getting money like that because you can't keep taking from the poor. That don't make no sense to me. You got to help them out or bring it down to prices where it makes sense. A lot of people got these $500,000, $2,000. Listen, if a lot of people had that kind of money, do you think they'll be buying your goddamn packet? Do you think they'd be listening to you? No, they'll take that money and go do what they got to go do, right? So we got to make it make sense. So all our life-changing information that we can give you, that we use, that our client use, that I recommended to even my own personal family to date, we're giving that away free. So by the time you end off this live show, you guys can put shit into action. You guys can follow these steps. And you guys can actually, take action and get shit changed for your life. That's with business. That's with marketing. That's also with the credit cleaning and credit rebuilding, right? Very important. Next, like I said, if you guys can, please drop some comments in. If you guys have any questions, this is the time to do it. Make sure you guys drop in whatever questions. Other than that, you guys know it. I believe all right, we're 1 minute over. So we got people logging in. If they haven't logged in, that's on them. You guys can catch the live feed a little later. Now, for the people that's here, for the people that's going to be joining, please get a pen, get a pad. There's going to be some information tonight that you probably haven't heard of, I'm pretty sure. Or you definitely want to get a pen and pad because 9 times out of 10, these are process and steps that you guys have to listen to and also take notes so you guys know what steps they are. Because remember, tonight is all about live. It's not about, I don't have a PDF up. I don't have a presentation up. So you have to write down these company names. One, also you guys have to write down the steps that is going to take for you guys to do everything the right way. Okay? So please take notes. Follow the steps so you don't get, lost in the sauce. All right, so we're going to give you guys up to 8:40 to make sure you guys got everything. So listen, you got to run to the bathroom, go do so. If you want to share, call a couple people, tell them hop on a live feed, do that. Once again, we're giving away $1,000 tonight, all the way up to $5,000 for anyone, for our viewers, not anyone, but for our viewers, for our family members, for our kids, for our young entrepreneurs, our small business owners. We're giving away $1,000 all the way up to $5,000, people. This is a company gift card that goes directly to all our services. So no matter which way you want to cut and slice it, it still holds high value because people need marketing. People don't have money for marketing, so you guys can actually win that tonight. People need credit repair. People don't have money for credit repair. You guys can win that tonight. If you're looking to do a real estate deal, guess what? You can use this tonight. If you guys are looking to, do marketing, you guys need photos and videos and all kind of different things. If you guys win, you guys can use this credit and get started and, and do what you guys need to do. For all our private label videos, for podcasts, for digital marketing, for Facebook mastery courses, for our credit repair PDFs, every last bit of information that you guys have been seeing for the past year or two, you guys have full access to it once you guys win this company gift card giveaway, which is basically giving you guys access to everything. So like I said before, we got a $400 giveaway. We have a $1,000 giveaway tonight. We got a $2,000 giveaway tonight. We got another $2,500 giveaway, and we maxed out at $5,000 giveaway once you guys subscribe to the Facebook page for Josh Harkness live show. So we're trying to build out the YouTube page, but in return, you guys know how I do. We always try to pump back value, but tonight we pumping back some cash, hardcore money with using our company gift cards. So the company gift card come back to you guys. You guys in exchange get to use it and get yourself going, right? All right, cool. So we got about 1 minute to go. We're gonna get into it. Hold on real quick. So while you guys get to it, we're gonna keep turning up. Let you guys log on. Welcome to the Josh Harkness Show.
We get some breakfast bars this morning?
We can do it.
Let's go.
They don't want that. They don't know what that is. They ain't ready for that one. Let's go, guys. I hope you got your books. I hope you got your pen. So tonight, we're going to start off with building your credit portfolio out. So definitely grab your pen and pad. Tell them it's getting hot in here. It's getting hot in here. I smell some people gonna make some money tonight. I see some people gonna make some money tonight. All right, let's get to it. All right, let's cut that off. Let's keep. You know, people say I won't be excited. It'd be late. It's 8 o'clock at night. What do you think? I ain't gonna be jumping around this motherfucker. All right, let's go. All right, sorry about that. All right, cool. So you guys know how we do for the credit. All right, so let's talk about cleaning your credit, because that's the first step. So I don't even need this right now. So the first step with cleaning your credit, we always follow everything by law, which is very important. So I don't care who you take advice from. I don't care what kind of strategy they got. If they're not doing it by law, then they're doing it wrong and they're guiding you wrong. Number one, the only person that's supposed to actually fix your credit is you. Number two, you must give consent or authorization for the other person or other company to fix your credit. So that's number one. Ultimately, you have to be knowledgeable to clean your credit. That's number one. So we follow everything by law. So you should be fixing your own credit. That's number one. Number two, if you are going to move along with cleaning your credit report, you must use the 609 paperwork. So if you do not have that tonight, please drop it in the comments. We'll get that paperwork over to you so you guys can always have access to it. That's tonight. So you must use the 609 paperwork to clean your credit. And it's not no rinky-dinky paper that you guys just found online. No, it's the 609, and there's certain legal jargon there that you guys need to have the right way. So when you submit these documents over, the company will read it off the right way. All right, so that's number two. So one, you're the only person that should be cleaning your credit, right? Unless you give authorization to a company, make sure that company, you vet them. I don't care if it's Lexington Law. I don't care if it's any other company or someone that you know. Vet them. There's so many companies and so many people who say that they do it and they go missing. So please don't get caught up with that, right? Second, make sure that you guys are using the 609 paperwork. Do not just do everything by phone. Do not do everything through their system, right? So if you're going to dispute things, do not just do it on their system. Make sure you have your own legal jargon contract written up, drawn out on the 609 form, and you submit it over to them. Now, third, you want to make sure that your credit disputes, or what case you want to call them, but you want to make sure that your credit contracts or your 609 paperwork is not only has legal jargon, but you also want to edit the paperwork just enough that it seems as if you wrote it, or it seems as if you're giving you guys are getting the information, but you guys are writing based on whatever situation it is. So if you got a Capital One, I'm just not going to send a generic template and not mention about my Capital One experience or whatever happened. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that 609 paperwork is on point. Send the 609 form. I got you, Pops. Pops, just drop your email into the comment as well, right? or send it to the phone number on a Q&A at 718-500-8705, or just drop your email. I believe it's Spanky something, but I can't remember it completely. All right, so cool. So if you guys need that 609 paperwork, drop it in the comments. We'll get that over to you. Just drop your email and say, hey, Josh, I need that 609 paperwork, right? And we're going to get that over to you guys tonight for free. Now, once you get that 609 paperwork, you customize it. Make sure you need to mention what you need to mention. If you guys need help on that, we're giving away free coaching. You feel me? So there's no one who's going to do the 609 paperwork by themselves, and especially if you don't feel confident, especially and if you haven't done this yet, of course you're going to want someone to help you. So we get that way absolutely free. Don't even worry about that. So when you guys are doing it, we're going to help you pull your credit report. I want you guys to write this down. There's 2 places that you guys can go to tonight, right? Because this is all live. And all my people that's on the live feed, that's checking in and checking out, understand this. You want to go to privacyguard.com. That's 1, right? To pull all 3 credit scores. 2, you want to go to myficoscore.com and get it as well. Or you guys can use myannualcreditreport.com, which will give that to you as well. All 3 credit bureau scores. Now, let me give you some game real quick. A lot of times people only talk about the 3 credit bureaus, which is TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, right? So when we're trying to clean our credit report, we got to keep it all the way 100. A lot of people aren't telling you about the other, not 14, but the other 12 credit furnishing companies that's out there, right? So just name a few. You got Sage Stream. You got Nexus Lexus, right? You got ARS, right? You got Invis, whatever we call it. This is another name, but I'll give you the list of it. But you guys have to understand there's 12 other companies outside of TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian that's consistently reporting and verifying all your debt, all your even fraudulent information or inaccurate information. But they're going to continuously keep reporting all this information to the main 3 credit bureaus, and this is how they're verifying your information on that credit report. So now if you're trying to dispute something, you get it off, guess what? If the merchant go back into it and say, hell nah, this person still owe me money, I'm still going to slap it back on your credit report. The only reason they're able to do that because the other companies are continuing to report that on a monthly basis. These people are getting paid, 1, from the merchant to keep posting that shit on your credit report. So we have to understand the game. Let me give you the game right now. So I hope you guys caught that. So the reason why some people and some companies aren't able to keep things off your credit report because there's 14 other credit furnishing companies that have data on you and they keep posting on your credit report. And this is what's keeping your credit score down. I've been, a victim of it, basically. You feel me? Like my score just went up, I'm talking about like a couple months ago, over 150 points. And child support slapped my credit, all 3 scores down 70 points, and the other one was like 113 points. You see what I'm saying? So this is a consistent battle. That's why credit repair, a lot of people get in and they get out because they promise people shit and they don't know nothing about, right? So you have to do it the right way. And like I said, this strategy that I'm doing now is all new to me too, but I understand the reason why it works and it has been working for a lot of people that's been getting results from it. So we're going to give it to you guys. We're going to drop it here on this channel. I hope you guys love it and put it into action. Now, let's move along. Now, we understand that there's 14 other credit furnishing companies that's reporting your credit score, right? That's reporting on your credit report, right? Now, this is a key thing that I want to show you guys tonight. There's 2 things that must happen in order for that company or merchant to coordinate with Experian, TransUnion, Equifax to get it placed on your credit report, right? That's 1. The merchant has to report it. That's 1. Or it has to be inaccurate or fraudulent information. So a lot of people don't understand that. The reason why these companies are jumping on your credit report, 1, because it's inaccurate information. It could be a mistake. That's 1. 2. Your merchant that you probably done business with or whatever person that you done business with is saying, hey, we had bad business dealing, you owe us money, and we're going to slap this versus us finding you and hunting you down. We got your social, and we're going to terrorize your social or assassinate you on paper. A lot of people don't understand this shit, but this is what's really going on. So if you owe a credit card, guess what? They're not going to hunt you down. Don't worry about it. They're going to assassinate you on paper. Right? Because we know, and they want us to know, that your credit is one of the most important things besides air. Right? So if you ain't got it, you're going to have a huge problem at some point because you can't get an apartment, you can't get a car, you can barely get a job, you're not going to get a house, you're not going to get the best apartment, you're going to be doing everything off the grid. By the way, I like being off the grid, but just saying, if you're that kind of person who wants the house, who wants the car, who wants to do certain things, then your credit score is going to be important to you, right? If you got kids, you're trying to put them in school, your credit score is going to be important to you. You want that great job and that career, your credit score is going to be important to you. You're trying to get that new apartment or that house or a car, like I said before, or just lines of credit to get your business going, you're going to need some line of credit. All right? So you got to understand that if you have any bad business dealings, right, or anything, you are going to have to clean your credit. Now let's move along. Take notes right now. Now, in order to get things removed with this strategy, first thing is first, like I said, I am all about doing things the right way. So I'm not going to lead you down a wrong path, and I heard certain things. I want to lead you down the right path. The right path is this. Review your credit report with me or just by yourself, right? Or someone in your family that knows how to do it. That's number one. You want to look for inaccurate information. What does that mean? Misspelling, right? If you had any bad business dealing with anyone, you have to make sure that you focus on what transpired with that business dealing. Meaning, did the deal go through? Did you sign for it? Did they push your payment through? Did they push your signature through? Did they push the contract through? Did they do anything that you was not unaware of, that you wasn't aware of, right? So that'll be based on fraudulent. That's fraudulent. If anything pronounced to you is fraudulent. If you didn't do it, sign for it, you didn't participate in any of those things, that's fraudulent. If something is on your credit report that you have no awareness of, that's fraudulent. You need to do a police report and get it done. If not, it's cool. Just make sure that when you're contacting these people through paper, through contract, let them know on the 609 that you have no dealings with the people and you do not know why it's on there. Get it removed, please. Right? So that's one. So unverified information, if it's fraudulent, inaccurate information, you have to use that 609 and let it be known on that paperwork so the credit bureaus can know what to do and going forward. Now let's get to it. Now when we're talking about unverified information, let's say the company on your credit report is saying, hey, this person owes a mortgage. This person owns this car and we got to repossess it, and they're going to basically just shake up your credit portfolio, your credit profile. Let's say if it's a student loan, whatever the case may be, right? They're going to basically say that the information that they have is verified. They're going to say the information that they have, once again, is verified. If you have a credit card, they're going to say it's verified. If they have your social, they're going to say it's verified. If they got your name and your address, they're going to say it's verified. They got your phone number and email, they're going to say it's verified. People, you have to understand, it may not even be you, but long as they got those things and it can bring it back to your social, they're going to say that it is verified. And once again, the only way that they can verify something is they're not even coming to you and verifying their debt with you. They're not doing that. What they're doing is they're using the 14 other data furniture companies to verify this debt. Meaning, the merchant or person that you had business dealing with, or whatever public record or tax lien or mortgage or installment loan that you had, they're reaching out to these 14 other companies and posting this information like wildfire, right? So now what do you have to do? I want you guys to take notes. Number one, right? You have to call TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, that's one, and remove all the addresses that you lived at prior to the current one. I would even suggest the current one, you probably want to remove that as well at some point, or even immediately, depending on your situation, because you need to make sure that any bad business dealing that you have or you haven't been in, you need to remove all the addresses that they're associating with you off your credit report and put a new address, like a mailing address, right, on your credit report. Period. That's what you have to do. I hope you guys got that. Number two, you have to opt out of all the credit furnishing companies that's out there. If you do not know them, I will give you guys the information, right? But the first top ones that you need to opt out of, meaning I do not want my information to be published with you guys. That's opting out. I do not consent my information being on your webpage. That's opting out. If you do not do this, they're going to continue to keep posting this information and collecting data on you about this merchant or collection or whatever the case may be. They're going to continue doing it. So you have to go to these credit data furnishing companies and remove your information. One, opt out of their webpage or data or company, right? And then number three, you need to freeze all your credit bureau accounts, meaning the main one, the popular ones that everyone pulls is going to be TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. So this is what I'm going to tell you guys to do. One, like I said before, remove your address, get a new address. So any address that you ever lived at, remove it. You can just pick up the phone, call TransUnion, call Equifax, and call Experian. Tell them, hey, I looked at my credit report. There's a lot of inaccurate information. These addresses need to be removed. My name is this. Any name that's not on there that's spelled like this, please remove it now, because there's been some fraudulent activity on my account that I just was made aware of. If they ask you, hey, did you do a police report? Say, no, I haven't done it yet, but I will be doing it. But for right now, please remove everything, and I will be going down to the police department as soon as possible. But I need to get this stuff removed. All right, that's how you need to talk. You need to talk with a sense of urgency. Now, since the address and your name is going to be updated properly, a lot of the companies that you probably had or have, well, you shouldn't have had any dealings, but if you have companies that's on your credit portfolio that are closed or bad dealings with or fraudulent information or inaccurate information, whatever name or address they have associated with that account should be, you should understand that those are things, these are ways that we're going to strategize to get this stuff off. Not even strategy, these are steps to do to get these things removed. Okay? Now, we made the information unverifiable by doing what? We updated our address to one single address. 2, we updated our name properly, right? 3, we also freeze our accounts with TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. All right? Now, just because you freeze it don't mean that you can't unfreeze it, right? Just because it's frozen doesn't mean things aren't going to report. What we're trying to do is make it hard for them to even access it, which is very important. So imagine this. If people been walking in and out your goddamn house all damn day, and you lock the door and they ain't got no keys, they can't get in the motherfucker. All right? Excuse my language. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to lock the door for your credit report into your credit portfolio. Okay? So by us doing this, we're locking these people off. They can't report just like that. They just can't start, posting things on your credit line without you knowing, right? Anytime something happens, you're going to get an alert. So use privacyguard.com, which is a great place. If you notice, I ain't give you no link. I ain't give you none of that shit. So I ain't trying to make money with nobody. So just go there and do what you got to do. Right? All right, moving along. So now we got the game on how to clean our credit report, how to understand the process of making sure things are unverifiable and getting to where we need to get it. And then we also understand that we also need to freeze our account to further notice that everything is resolved. Okay? Now, once you do that, your credit should get cleaned up. You should be moving along the process, right? Now, one of the things that we want to also make sure that you guys understand, by law, one, when you guys are writing any kind of written letter or filling out the 609 form, you guys need to make sure that you use a blue pen. That's number one. That's how the game is played. So blue or black pen. Preferably, you guys want to use a blue pen. right? This is how the game is being played. So I'm giving you guys the key things that has to happen. So you need to use a blue pen. That's number one. Number two, you have to sign the 609 form, and you need to update it with your ID or passport, okay, and social. That's a must. When you sign those documents, you also want to make sure. Good job, pops. Um, Once you guys sign those documents, well, you should not sign a 609 document without going to the notary. So if you have a bank like Chase Bank or certain places like this, just go down there and then get everything notarized, right? So you only want to sign that 609 document once you guys are ready. You guys have everything filled out, right? And then you go down with the notary and have the notary witness your signature, right? That's one. Number two, once the notary witness the signature and stamp it, then you want to go to the post office and track it and date that letter with doing a certified mail. Now that only costs a couple dollars, but make sure you do it because now you want to create the timestamp properly, right? So that's why you want to get it certified mail. Now I know a lot of people do things electronically. I know a lot of people use whatever credit bureau they have and dispute it. Can you do it that way? Yes. But what we're talking about is having a high success rate. That's one. And we're also talking about how, doing the process properly. That's the main part, right? So having a high profitability of getting things done the right way, this is what you want to do. Second, we want to make sure that we do everything by law, right? And also we want to make sure that we do it the right way because we want the right results. All right. So you want to get it notarized. After you get it notarized, then you want to get it certified mail. Now, let's just rewind it back just a little bit. So when you guys are writing out the forms, I want you guys to keep some key things, in your head, right? So one of the key things I want you guys to keep in your head is that you want to know the date that you put on the letter. Meaning, if today is the 1st, you want to not say backdate it, but you want to put it where it needs to be as far as the timestamp that you have all this information and done everything. So if today's the 1st, you want to put it on September 20th, right? And then you want to mail out that letter. So you do what you got to do as far as the date on the letter, September 20th, and let's say today is October the 6th. You want to mail it out today, and you also want to stamp it and certify mail it today. Okay, that's one. Once you guys, hold on, fix that, USA, fix that, CR, USA. All right, so for everyone who need the 609 form, I just dropped my email there, so you guys, once the feed is dropped, because I can't multitask, you guys will get that sent out to you. Okay, guys. Actually, I may have it on my screen. Hold on, guys. Let me see. Do I have my 60 form? 60. Yeah. Okay. I got my credit report, and that's my credit report. TA report. July. Hold on, guys. Let me see if I have the form on my dashboard real quick. Josh credit report. Hold on, guys. Let me just get this form for you guys real quick so I can post it. I'm going to give everyone the 609 form, so just bear with me real quick, guys. Okay, these documents cost a lot of money. They cost over $3,000, by the way. So this ain't no rinky-dinky paperwork. This is some real paperwork here. All right, so let me see. Hold on, guys. Alright. Search download. Hold on, guys. Hold on real quick. I want to give you guys a 609 paperwork. Thank you. Nick, go into the go into fix that credit now and pull the 609 documents real quick. The 609 documents. What we is inside the. Yeah, can you send it to me real quick and then post it or post it? Post the PDF. All right, cool. All right, so we're gonna post that 609 form real quick for you guys, so you guys can have it. What? Oh, you can do it from your phone too, no? All right. All right, cool. So we're gonna post that in the chat in a minute for you guys. All right, cool. Let's move along real quick. So you guys gonna get the 604 forms tonight. Now, let's also do this. So you guys got that information. So now, like we were talking about unverified information. So now the information should be unverifiable because you put a freeze. 1, 2, you sent out the information of inaccurate information, and also this is your account, not your account. 609 paperwork, right? So that's going to help you update your inquiries as well as your closed accounts or unverifiable accounts or even verified accounts, right? Because we're saying everything in that document. It ain't mine. It's closed. Remove inquiries. Update my credit report as if it's today. I need everything updated. Now, the truth of the matter is a lot of people don't do this. So another thing about cleaning your credit, you got to clean. This is a real task. This is not no, oh, I'm going to fix it today and we good. It don't work that way. You got people posting shit all day long. I know things post on TransUnion that didn't post on Equifax. I know things that post on Experian that didn't post on Equifax and they want to pop on up a little later. So you got to keep your eyes on your credit report. It's very important, especially when you hit, that 23, you hit that 30, you hit that 40, 50, you're going to really understand, like, okay, credit is important. So the earlier you can get to it and the earlier you can stay consistent with it and really understand it and master, understanding your credit report, your credit profile, and building your credit, you will be well off, all right? Unfortunately, I caught this a little, towards my mid-20s into my 30s, so... you know how we do it. We make, we deal with lemons, we make lemonade. So that's the game plan. Anyway, let's get on to the next part of our show, which is business. I want to talk business. When I'm talking business, I'm talking about money, right? Not only that, we're talking about structuring your business, running your business, operating at a high level. And ultimately what we're talking about is how to generate revenue. I'm going to give you one of my strategies tonight so you guys can take it and really just run with it. I want you guys to be, profitable. And we're not asking for no money. We're giving away money tonight. So once again, welcome to the Josh Harkness Show. If this is your first time joining, if it ain't your first time joining, that means we did our right job. All right, so that means you back here, you're doing what you got to do. Hopefully you clean up your credit. Hopefully you got your business running. Hopefully you're running marketing campaigns and make some more goddamn money. All right, every day is a Saturday. That's the game plan, but every day we're getting up making money. Also, our new slogan going to be every day we wake up to kill shit. Bang! All right, let's get to it. So tonight's show, once again, is credit. We already knocked that out the box. We're going on to the next part of our show, which is going to be business. And then after that, we're going to go into marketing. So every last person, do not ask me no more credit repair questions or credit building things about your credit. But the last part I'm going to give you to that credit episode or information, I'm going to give you some key companies that we work with so you guys can build your credit on point. And on top of that, we're going to give you companies that do not require any credit check. So that means you don't take a hit on your credit. So if your credit bad, you're going to have to keep on taking hits. God damn it, because you're down already. All right, let's get to it. One, the first company that you want to partner with is called Credit Strong. All right, creditstrong.com. Get your credit lit with them. Second, you want to deal with a company called, what's the other company called? What other company? I want to give you another company called Jasper. That's JASPER.com. They reported on my credit report. I like them. They doing a goddamn job. Next, let's give you a company called Kickoff. That's another company that reported on my credit report. Shout out to kickoff.com. Bam. All right, so next one we want to give you is Applied Bank. This is a secure card. I always say hold off on secure cards because they do drop your score. But this is a good company to work with if you do need a good credit card. Now, a rule of thumb with getting secure cards, you don't need them, but it helps you build out your credit portfolio. Now, what I'm going to say about secure card, which is some good information I just got hit to, is that sometimes when you get these goddamn secure cards, they have a low entry, meaning that you take $200, you get a lot of credit for $200. Go big. If you're going to get a lot of credit or secure card, throw $1,000 on it. Throw $5,000 on it. Whatever you got. The bigger the amount is, the better, because at that point, they're going to use that as a year to date, in business world. But they're going to use that as a tracker. So they say, okay, you got a line of credit for $200. Why should I give you a line of credit for $10,000, $20,000, or $500,000? Because you only got a secure card. So make sure you try to max out and put as much money as you possibly can down on that secure card, or even at that business line of secure card. Okay. All right, cool. All right, so next company I want to give you is going to be Credit Strong. Not Grow Credit, but creditstrong.com. This is another company that we work with. They report it, and they're doing the goddamn thing, so I love them. Big shout out to them. Some other companies that we want to talk about too, because we're going to give you guys a lot of companies tonight. We want to talk about My Jewelers Club. We want to talk about Crown Jewelers. Right there alone is about $7,500 worth of credit lines you guys can partner with. It does take a subscription, but they're very similar to Fingerhut. That's the best way I can really explain it. But they do not require no credit check. So these two companies, there's no credit check. You use your opt-in money, which is about $100, $150 total, and then you have a membership with them going forward. So we'll take some money to help you build it, but we all know the end game. I'd rather get a line of credit for $5,000, let it report to TransUnion, let it report to Equifax or Experian, but ultimately you're going to build it. There's no obligation. You can stop at any time. All right? Also, make sure you read the fine print. I'm not a lawyer. None of that shit. So don't, this is just information based on what I use, and we're just giving it out to the people. So make sure you're responsible, just as much me responsible as me giving you guys the information. But when it comes down to credit, yes, you can hold me accountable. When it comes down to marketing, yes, you can hold me accountable. When it comes down to business, you guys can hold me accountable because I'm a business owner. I also do marketing, and I also have a credit repair company. So holla at your boy. If you guys need to get your credit fixed, go to fixthatcreditnow.com. If you guys need coaching and mentorship on how to structure your business, holla at me directly. 718-500-8705. It's your boy Josh. This is the Josh Harkness Show. Now, when it comes down to marketing, reach out to me again. 718-500-8705. I'm a goddamn black Mexican. You goddamn right. I got a little Jamaican in my blood, but we goddamn do everything. You know why? Because you got to do it. Ain't nobody going to help you. You got to help yourself. Now, if it come down to marketing, Pops, if it come down to goddamn marketing, holla at your boy. At moneymakingmarketing2019@gmail.com, or reach out to me directly at 718-8705. Let me know your link, and we'll set up everything for you, because we have a giveaway tonight. So tonight giveaway is $400. Tonight giveaway is $1,000 bag. We got another giveaway for $1,500. We got another giveaway for $2,000. We got another giveaway for $2,500, because COVID-19 is real at this bitch. And ultimately, we have a $5,000 giveaway. Every last one of these giveaways, you must go to the Josh Harkness YouTube channel and subscribe and smash that motherfucking like button. If you're on Facebook, make sure you share my shit. God damn it, because we're giving away some good content. I'm cursing. Let me act like it is Sunday, this thing. Anyway, this blaze is fire. All right, let's get to it. Now, we're going to talk about business. Now, I learned the hard way. I don't have an MBA, but I'm actually going to school for my MBA right now. But let's talk about it. If you have any form of business, it's business. If you got any form of hustle, it's still business. Right? If I give you something in exchange for money, that's business. That's a transaction. And that's all business is a transaction. That's all I want you to look at business. It's a transaction. Now, when we're talking about business structuring, right? We're talking about employees, we're talking about operation, we're talking about supplies and all this other great stuff. But I want to break it down to the simplest form. One, we're talking about a transaction, a product or service in exchange for money, right? That's one. When we're talking about structure, all we're talking about is a system, right? That's it. Your system should be a 4-step process. I don't care what business you're in. If you can't crunch your business down to a 4-step process, you're doing yourself a disservice, as well as you're not taking the time to understand your sales process or your operation process. So if you're online selling, if you're physically selling at a store, if I don't care if you're running a barber shop all the way up to a Fortune 500 company, you should be able to break your company down into 4 little itty bitty pieces. 4 itty bitty pieces. All right. So one is going to be marketing. You got it. You got to bring people in. That's number one. Right. So marketing is very, very important. Another word, like I like to say, I like to talk about sales and revenue, because all this other fluff talk about marketing and digital marketing is making people going fucking crazy. The only thing we're talking about is sales and revenue, right? They're one and the same. Back in the day, all they used to talk about is revenue. What kind of revenue you got coming in? You go to the bank, they're not talking about how long your bank been, how long you've been selling that. No, they want to know how much money your business is generating. So that's the only thing you should be focused on. You should be focused on what? Marketing, bringing customers to you, right? If it's physical marketing, who cares? Bring customers to you. Your goal as a business owner is to get in front of potential customers and turn them into customers. Don't force them. But ultimately, you want to force them. No, I'm joking. No, your goal as a business owner or entrepreneur or, freelancer or independent contractor is to get in front of customers that are willing to buy whatever it is that you're selling. Now, this is where people go wrong in business. Let's give you one mistake so you guys can have something to scale it with, right? So if I'm offering products that no one needs, they don't need it. So I'm not going to be able to sell it. I have to sell my product or my service to someone who actually wants it. So, case in point, if I have a credit repair company and I'm selling credit repair services to a person who have a 700 credit score, they're not going to want my fucking shit because their credit is already good enough to them, right? So the interest is not there. I should be selling my credit repair services to someone who has a fucking 3 credit score. I should be selling my services to people who just got divorced. I should be selling my services to people who are bankrupt, right? I should be selling my services to people who actually need it. I should be selling my service to people who don't have established credit, like college students or high school kids that's going to college, or your new young adult that's coming out to the world. I should be really selling to them. Not only that, I should be selling to people who are in their 30s and 40s and 50s because they done built up such a bad credit portfolio, one, that needs to get cleaned up, and two, a lot of people haven't took the proper time to go through and dissect what's on their credit report. So, what does that mean? As a business owner, you should know who your ideal customer is, right? So, anywhere from 23 all the way up to 50, in most cases, that's who your ideal clientele is, unless you're selling some weird ass product that's only can be niched down to that specific person, right? So if I'm selling NBA basketball sneakers, of course I'm going to be selling it to, people who play basketball or sports related, activities. Okay. Moving along. So we got marketing and we got sales, right? Getting in front of your ideal customer. Third, your business cannot grow properly without operation. Now you can have an operation with people, or you can have an automated operation with a little bit of people in software, right? That's the new age. So if you're a person who nope, I like dealing with people, I like having that interaction, yes, build your operation and have your system based around people. That's great. You have to learn how to operate it. You got to learn how to, what to do and what it's going to take to get your marketing campaign on point. What's going to drive home sales by getting in front of the right ideal person, right? And then third, you're going to have to make sure that the operation is running smoothly with hiring process, right? Developing, right? Also retaining customers and employees. So operation is very important. Once again, you want to make sure that you're retaining your customers as well as your employees, right? Two, you want to make sure that you're delivering a great product, right? Flawlessly. Third, you want to make sure that you have a 4-step process as far as operating. Now, what does that look like, right? We talked about it, but let me go into more detail, right? So what does it look like to actually run and operate a business, right? It's the customer. It's your employees, right? It's your product, right? It's your services, right? It's your guarantee. What are you guaranteeing, right? What happens when the product goes out? What does that process look like? You need to understand this and write this down. So if you have a t-shirt business and you're like, hey, I'm going to take all the orders in and then I'm going to go to the post office and ship everything out manually, that's a part of your distribution. Okay? If you're selling a digital product, guess what? I'm going to advertise to people, paid or free or organic, right? To people who may want it, right? That's one. And then two, I'm going to make sure I have a link and a photo or image or commercial explaining my product, right? Because I want to get in front of these people and explain it, but you have to do it through a visual or even a picture or written content. Get it in front of the people, and then you want to send those people to what? To the actual page of the product so they can buy it. Keep it simple. Pops, this is a campaign for affordable attorneys. If you need an affordable attorney, click here. Boom. You feel me? It's just that simple. Put the product in front of the people, make it a click button, and keep it moving. That click button is going to go to, yes, purchase this packet or purchase this product or what, book this or book that, whatever the case would be. They click it, they add their contact information, they add their credit card, because you put the ad in front of someone who actually need it. That's that. Okay, let's move it along. Once again, welcome to the Josh Harkness Show. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope you guys are taking notes and learning some, really good information. Nonetheless, we're gonna go into the third episode, which is going to be marketing. I'm gonna go entry. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go expert, and then I'm gonna come back to beginners, right? Because I always start with beginners and not experts, and people looking at me like, "Yo, bro, that one, no, that's regular degular." I'm like, no, it's not regular information, but I'm gonna give you the extreme information. I'm gonna give you some information like so juicy that you can be like, "God damn, that boy just went off just now." Cool. So let's talk about it. Let me zoom in real quick. Let me zoom in. Zoom. Yeah, zoom in. Now. If you haven't joined the Josh Harkness Show before, our live caller number is 718-500-8705. Tonight's show, we talked about credit. Tonight's show, we talked about business. And we're landing on, right now, on the marketing side. So we already talked about credit. We already talked about business. So right now, we're going to be talking about marketing. So if you want to go back to the credit part, just rewind it once the video drops. If you guys want to go back to the business part, just rewind it and go to the business part. But right now we're going to be going into marketing, which we're going to be talking about expert marketing, right? And we're going to talk about beginners marketing, things that you could do in the beginning of your journey for marketing. But let's do it expert. Now, nonetheless, we also giving away a free company gift card, right? We got one starting at $400 that you guys can win. We got one all the way up at $5,000 that you guys can win. And I also have a great bonus that I totally forgot about. Sorry about that. But this is what happens when you don't stay on to the show. We're also going to coordinate with a company that we just joined. And we're going to be giving away some vacation points. Okay, so you guys are going to get access to vacation and trips and day trips and all kind of fly shit. Also, we're going to give you guys access to Uber Black. I didn't even talk about that yet. We're also going to be giving you guys access to a $5,000 line of credit, which I didn't even talk about yet. But, all juicy stuff. But anyway, let's get to it. So we want to talk about marketing on the expert level, right? So a lot of people think marketing is this huge thing. No. The reason why you may feel like that because you didn't go to marketing school, or you never took a course, or you never, maybe you haven't had the time to do so, which is all gravy, right? But let's talk about it. So I want everyone, even on the expert level, to understand what marketing is, right? So marketing, I'm just going to erase this a little bit here. I don't want anyone else to think about marketing, especially like here, right? How we're going to be giving it to you guys. Marketing it's not the end all be all. That's number one, right? But what is marketing, right? Marketing is very simple. I don't care if it's a person, right? I don't care if it's a commercial, right? I don't care if it's a video, right? I don't care if it's a commercial or a video, right? This is marketing, okay? In most cases, a person is going to be marketing something, or they're going to use a visual to market something, right? And sometimes you may even get what? A written marketing campaign, right? Like a written letter, right? So you guys have to realize that. So in most cases, it's always going to be physical, it can be digital, or it can be in form of a letter, right? So I want you guys to make sure you guys got that. Hopefully I wasn't too low for you. But marketing is always going to be used in those kind of ways. Now, we're in 2020 and going into 2021, and the reason why Trump or certain companies, halftime show, and all these use these big events to market things and push things, because they understand that I'd rather spend X amount of money to get in front of an audience, right? So think about it. If I'm one person, how many people can I really get in front of, right? So let's talk about it. So if I'm one person in 1 year, let's talk about 1 year, but let's talk about in 1 day. Let's make it realistic. So 1 day, a person can get in front of how many people you think, right? Can someone in the comments drop down how many people can you talk to in 1 day on your time? How many people can you talk to in 1 day, right? So we got like 50, we got 100, we got 1,000, and no one's talking to 1,000 people a day, but if you got the juice, then you got it. But let's take 1,000, right? Someone said they can talk to 1,000 people in 1 day, right? Now, a commercial, how many people you think a commercial can reach out to? How many people can a commercial reach out to people? In most cases, a commercial could probably reach out to about 1 million, but now you got to think about the cost, because in order to do a commercial, you got to spend upwards of 100,000, even to $1 million, right? All right. So let's say a commercial can reach out to 1 million people, but that also equals to a cost, right? In most cases, entrepreneurs, small business owners, even high-level companies, I would say your mid-tier to your high-tier companies are spending marketing dollars. But for your low, small companies, or even your experts that could be making millions of dollars, they're doing marketing, but they aren't doing marketing to that level, right? Moving along. If they're doing written content like distribution letters, door tags and handwritten letter concepts and things like this, a lot of people are using direct mailers, postcards, and all kind of written or paper type of paper marketing tactics, right? Let me put paper marketing tactics, right? Which isn't bad, but if you're doing written letter content, in most cases, you probably be able to get about 5,000 paper things sent out, or even you got to do it yourself. You probably spend, upwards of $500, downwards of $200. So in most cases, you're still only getting up to 5,000 people, and you spend about $200 to $500. If you're doing marketing campaign, well, not a marketing campaign, but if you're doing commercials, right? And you're going to leverage your money, in most cases, you're spending upwards of, let's say, $20,000 up to $100,000. And a lot of people aren't doing that and can't do it. A lot of people are doing the paper, right, because they can afford it. And a lot of people are doing physical because they can spend the time into the business. That's not a problem. But let's give you the real juice and the real tactic behind expert marketing, right? The reason why you're seeing Grant Cardone, The reason why you're seeing Gary Vinny, the reason why you're seeing E.T., the reason why you're seeing all these top gurus, quote unquote, or these Amazon people, or these Shopify people, or these certain TikToks and influencers, is because they did two things, which I'm going to tell you about tonight. All right, so I hope you guys wrote this down, because this is very important. I'm going to take you somewhere. What they did was they realized that small businesses, mid-tier businesses, entrepreneurs, independent contractors, marketers, freelancers, all these kind of people, doctors, lawyers, big companies, small companies, whatever it is, right? That at some point, one customer turns into millions for whatever reason, right? We're going to talk about the reason. So one customer turns into millions. In most cases, me and you know, if I can make $1, I know I can make what? Millions. This is the concept I want you guys to keep in your head. This is the reason why Josh keep going. This is the reason why my slogan is never stopping. That's my slogan. Well, that's my motto that I go by, right? And the reason why I got this way, because I understand the numbers game. So no one ever told you about the law of average, right? If you don't know the law of average, you need to check that out, which I'm gonna touch on briefly. But for every 5 person that you talk to, you should be able to close 1. For every 10 people you talk to, you should be able to close 2. For every 15 person that you talk to, you should be able to close anywhere from 3 to 4, right? For every 20th person that you talk to, you should be able to close 5 to 7, right? So these are the law of averages. This is what a lot of people in the industry go off of. Or you will hear, in most cases, if you do marketing or any kind of marketing, if you reach out to, if you get in front of 100,000 people, right, with marketing, digital, or whatever the case may be, but if you give out 1,000 pieces of content with your name, your number, your product and services, in most cases, you'll be able to convert 1.5% or up to 3% if the content makes sense to that person, right? So these are the numbers. So they get in front of 100,000 people. They know that out of 100,000 people, they're gonna be able to convert 1.5 to 3% of their audience. So if they spent, $600 or upwards of, $10,000 on marketing to these people and their product. Let's say some of these gurus are dropping, they're doing like $1,000 course. They know that anywhere from 5%, not 5%, sorry, 1.5% to 3%, they're gonna get a return either on their money, one, or they're going to profit X amount of dollars on that conversion rate. So I hope you guys wrote that down. So in most cases, the law of averages, when they're marketing, if it's physical, digital, or paper, it doesn't matter. If you get in front of X amount of people, you should always look at getting a return of 1.5 to 3% return. Okay, that's very important. Now, if you can get one customer, you can get millions of customers, because top experts, mid-tier experts, freelancers and contractors in the marketing industry, they understand scaling, right? So if I can close one customer, I can close millions of customers because of this one aspect, right? Which is called scaling. Let's talk about it. I want you guys to write this down. So scaling, I don't care what business you're in. If you use this, you will grow, right? So it's scaling. It's not about, oh, I got an Instagram page, and da-da-da-da-da. No, I want you guys to notice something. On an Instagram page, they're going to continuously do the same content or a piece of content that's going to be even more excited than the first one that they did, right? Why? Because they're trying to continuously pique your interest the way they did it the first time. That's why a lot of people, when they do albums or great hit songs and these one-hit wonders, or if you buy this one sneaker like Jordan, the reason why Jordan can continuously, sell his 14 or 20 lines of sneakers, because his sneakers, one, is a consistent product that everyone loves. It built up credibility. It built up authority to the point to where if they drop a regular, a regular number 10, people are gonna buy it because it works. It hit. It's a proven product that people want and people have a desire. Okay, I want you guys to remember that the product works. People love the product. People desire the product. People almost need it, right? And you want to make sure your marketing, you want to make sure your product and your service surrounds that and embodies those concepts. And if it doesn't, then you're not working with the right product, okay, or the right service, or you need to make sure that your marketing or your video or your written content embodies these kind of concepts, right? You need to make sure you write content that make people want your product and services, okay? You want to make sure that you have a visual that draw people in and say, damn, I need that, right? If your product or video or written content doesn't make that person think and say, damn, I need that, then you're not doing it the right way. So let's talk about it. The reason why, if I can get one customer and sell this one customer, I can sell millions, right? Is because I sold this one customer. Now I understand. I overstand. Number one, I overstand what it takes to sell this one customer, right? Into millions, right? So now I understand. Now, what did it take for you to close one customer? I don't want you, if you're expert or someone who just started, I don't care who you are. If you sold millions of people, you need to fine tune what it took to actually sell millions of people, right? If you sold one person, you need to find out what it took to sell one person. The fundamentals of selling people doesn't change, right? You just need to identify what it took to sell that first person, and then you scale it, right? So let's talk about it. Number one, right? How much time, right? How much time and how much money did it cost for me to get in front of that first customer or that customer, right? You want to track this. So if you're not tracking it, then you're doing yourself a disservice, right? How much time did it take me to get this customer, and how much money did it take me to get this customer, right? So how much time? It took me 10 hours, right? And it cost me $500. One of the campaigns that I did, right? In order, I ain't gonna put certain things on blast, but in order to make $5,000, right? This is a fact. This ain't no bullshit, right? So it took me 10 hours, and also took me $500, right, to get in front of one customer in order for me to close a $5,000 deal. That's what it took me, right? Now your situation could be different, so just leave it blank. So if you got one customer, right, or if you didn't have one customer, it's okay. But let's say if you have one, this is for experts right now. So if you got a customer, you want to know how much time it took you, how much money you spent to convert that, whatever that customer purchased. So if they purchase a house from you, put the commission number down. If they purchase product or service or consultation, put whatever that product or service costs down to the side. Now, if you never sold anyone and you haven't made any sales in your business, just hold on. We're going to get to that part. Now, the second part is you want to understand where did this customer see your content, right? So where did they have that first experience with your product or service, right? So I run campaigns now. Next week, I'm going back to grassroots because it's COVID-19. A lot of people are on social media, but I'm going to reverse engineer it where you can do this too. I'm going to go to my laundromat. I'm going to go to my bank. I am going to go to Golden Crust. I'm going to go to Church Avenue. I'm going to go to Kings Plaza. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go to all the WeWorks. I'm going to go to Regis. I'm going to go anywhere my ideal customer is and promote my shit, right? Because I'm selling a product that I know that they need. Now let's talk about it. Where was the first experience you and your customer had? Now, if it's social media, what do you call it? Social media marketing, cool. Now you know for sure that you need to continue doing that, right? Don't change it up. That's not the job. Your job is to keep meeting that customer at that place because that's where they keep going. Just like if, a mouse in a maze. If the mouse know where the cheese is, he gonna keep going back to the cheese every time because we know where it is. It's the same concept. If I know I'm selling people or meeting people, that's willing to able to buy whatever my product or service is at this particular place, I'm going to go there every time. Now, a smart person is going to do this. They're going to do what? Add more money as needed or just the money as needed. All right? So if I'm getting good results, add money. If I'm getting not that much results, you want to start pulling back, how much money you're investing. But your goal is to find out where that person's seeing your advertisement and to increase or decrease to see if you can get the same result. That's game right there, okay? So if you use Facebook, use Facebook. If you was doing something physical, then keep it physical. So if you was posted up at your school, if you was posted up at your job, if you talk to your friends or family, keep doing it and build out a referral list. These are little simple tools, but they work, and you have to work it. It's not going to work if you don't do it. If you have any written content or flyers that you're using at that particular place, continue doing it. But make sure you use it in a way where you continue getting referrals, right? Getting people to share your content, getting people to call you. You have to make sure you use it the right way. All right. Third, you got one customer, you want to get millions. This is the code, right? I'm going to give you the code right now. The code is this. You want to know what age they are, right? You want to know where they live or zip code, right? You want to know if they speak English, right? Because if the person was Spanish, you want to make sure that you give content in Spanish and English. If they talk French, Creole, if they're Jewish, Indian, whatever the case may be, whoever this first customer is, you want to make sure that you do both. You want to do English and you want to cater to them in whatever language they talk to. Because if you're not doing that, then you're doing yourself a disservice and you're not being intentional about the person or the customer that you're dealing with. The reason why Amazon owner is he makes so much money because he understands each demographic needs. He understands his customer needs as well as he understands his customer. He knows if they Spanish or Mexican or Jewish or black or Indian or from Pakistan or from Russia. He knows that. That's why a lot of times on these websites they give you an option to click English or Russian or French or Creole language so that the content that they're seeing is relatable to them and it's easy for them to communicate, properly so the customer can go to the product and they can have a great experience with their product or their web page or their content or written content or their commercial. All right. So if you have an English commercial, but your clientele is Spanish, at some point in the day, you need to convert that commercial to Spanish. That's just common sense, right? If you have a French-based clientele, you should change some of your clients. You should change some of your verbiage. You should change some of your audio, right? You should change some of your video commercials into French. If a lot of your customers are Russian, right? You should change some of your English. You should have an English part of your commercial content or marketing content, as well as just a full-blown Russian content. Whatever it is, you should switch the language. Okay? So age, where they live, language, right? Now, the other part to this is I like to focus on is location, right? I like to focus heavy on location. And I also like to focus on their interests, right? If you don't know what your ideal customer likes, right, you're doing yourself a disservice. So if I'm selling cat products, I need to know what that customer likes outside of cat products, right? If my customer likes basketball, or if my customer like podcasts, or if my customer like high-end products, or if my customer like electronics, if my customer like educational things, if my customer likes stocks, if my customer likes, or even researching about medical things or stuff about COVID-19 or funding or whatever the case may be, or my customer is trying to eat more healthy or lose weight. I want to understand all the interests that customer or ideal customer may have, so I can make sure I'm there, or I'm writing content related to the things around their needs, okay, or their desire or their wants, okay. So in the morning, sometimes you may see me post, a campaign about fix that credit now, and then have a coffee, image of a coffee, right? I'm intentional about that ad because the first thing I know, anyone in the morning that I know is drinking coffee, right? And it relates to the morning. So I'm not going to send you an ad campaign early in the morning and I'm talking about vacations. That don't make sense. Or if you do it, just be intentional. Wouldn't it be great to wake up to, warm winds in your own on your own villa? You see what I'm saying? Like, be intentional on how you write in your content because you have to make it relatable. So if you're writing or doing videos or ads and and you're not being relatable, like, why are you wasting advertisement dollars and you don't have the right message or content behind it? That don't make any sense. So that landed us on this. So the fourth thing is writing catchy content. Excuse me. But be intentional. Right? So if you're not intentional or aware of what the time of the day is, then you're just wasting your time and you're wasting your advertising dollars, right? So if you got 1 million customers the first time, what you want to do is just go back and find out what it took, right? Because a lot of times when you make or get in front of a lot of customers, you just get flustered and you don't know what the hell to do. Now you're just relying on pixels and you're relying on retargeting campaigns, and sometimes you could be burning that campaign out. So just remember what it took to get one customer and start there. Excuse me. Because what my mentor used to say, he was like, yo, Josh, you're great in sales. You're doing a great job. You kill shit. But you know and I know that you're really, really good. And that's the problem. The fact is that once you get to a point to where you're selling $60,000 or you're making $100,000 a year or $500,000 or X amount, you got so used of being good that you forgot what it took to actually get there. Because that's the key fundamental part. You understand what it took to make the first sale, but now the fact that you're making so many sales, you're forgetting what it took to make the first sale. All you have to do is copy and paste what you did the first time and stick to that until further notice to things, things adjust. But that content that you put out, that written content or that written advertisement or that flyer or that event, those people are going to continuously go to these places because that's it. The cheese is there. You just have to make sure the message is the same of when you first, did it. That's it. Keep it very simple. Don't try to complicate it. A lot of people are chasing the hype that they did the first time when you should just be focused on what you did the first time because that's what worked, right? So if I have a video right now and it got me over 100,000, views, my goal is not to change it, right? I should just add more value to it, right? So, tonight's show is about marketing. Like I said, I'm not going to stop talking about marketing. What I'm going to do is add value to experts because I know what it took to get the first person here. The first person wants to know how to do it, right? But now the expert jumps on. He wants to know how to continue doing it. So I have to be aware of not starting with the beginner but start with the end to engage them, right? One, and then two, go back to the beginner, so I don't lose the beginner. Now let's get to it. So for everyone who don't have customers, who are just starting, their online business, or their brick and mortar business, or physical business, or product or service, right? Or if you're even working from home, or even if you have a sales business, or if you're selling products, or you're selling a service for your company, at any level, right? At any level. I don't care what level you want. I don't care if you walked in the game with $1 million. I don't care if you walked in the game with $2. Marketing and just like certain things are just fundamentals. You don't have to like reinvent the wheel. It doesn't make sense. Okay. All right. So let's get to it. So if you haven't smashed or shared the video, you're an asshole. Number two, make sure you guys share, like the video. Also, we are now on YouTube and on Facebook, so definitely follow. You guys are going to continue getting great information for free, right? Okay, that's our goal. Our goal is to give you real information based on real results in real time, right? Our main goal as well is to empower our community. A lot of people use that word loosely without really understanding what it is. To empower is to give you all the tools and things you need to do what the fuck you have to do. Not to say that and then don't give it to you, or to keep tricking people into buying their course. That's bullshit. All right? So we're going to give you everything you need now so you can just go out and take action. You don't need to buy nothing here. Okay? Now, let's get into the other part for marketing. So if you're a beginner, you want to learn how to get your first customer, right? So just take this down. This is what we're going to do, right? Excuse me. The first thing you should do, right, to get your first customer, right? Let's talk about it. First customer. And once again, I don't care what product or service it is, right? I don't care. Don't care. I don't care what product or service it is. I'm going to show you how to get your first customer. So no one can say, oh, that only worked for this, it only worked for that. That's not the game here. What we're showing you is what works. That's number one. All right? So in order to get your first customer, this is what you need to do. You need to identify who needs your product or service and who wants your product and service. If you have not done that yet, you are doing yourself a disservice. So number one, in order to get your first customer, you want to understand who needs your product or service. That's one. Right? Number two, who wants your product or service. Now, they may sound the same, but they're completely different. Understand that. Number one, the person who needs it don't have no other choice. Right? They need this shit. That's the first person you want to focus on. Who needs it? Right? Number two, the second person you want to focus on is who wants it. This is a desire thing, right? But desire also lands on a need, because if they didn't desire it, in most cases, they wouldn't need it. All right? So I want you guys to identify who is this person. Not who is these people, who is this person, plural. I want you guys to find out who is this person who needs it. So whatever your product and service is, you need to write down who needs it and who wants it, who actually has a desire for it, right? If I'm selling this coffee cup, in most cases, I'm going to be targeting anyone and everyone that likes coffee, right? And on top of that, I'm going to set up my marketing campaign to run only in the morning time and maybe in the afternoon. okay? Because I'm intentional. I know at some point in the day, people drink coffee when? In the morning. So I'm going to run as many campaigns that possibly can in the morning while they're thinking about coffee, right? Case in point, if I have a product and service, I should know who wants it, one, and I should also know who needs it. If you do not, these are the first two steps you need to identify to get in line to find out who's that first person that's going to purchase from you. I didn't say ask your friends and family. I didn't say run ad campaigns. I didn't say start doing all the bullshit that people normally tell people to do. Do not do that. The first thing that you want to do is identify who these people are. Who needs it? Who wants it? Write that down. Right? Now, if you say, hey, my product is for females only, right? That's up to you. If you say your product and service is for both, right? Men and women, right? If you say your product is just for men only, right? All you have to do is just identify who it is, right? So my product is only for females, cool. My product is for females and men, cool, right? If your product is only for a man, cool, not a problem, right? Number 4, right? Now what you want to do is understand where this person or what this person actually is interested in, right? Or where do they go, right? So my goal is to be intentional. So number 4 is be intentional on where you market, right? Where you're marketing. So remember, marketing can be physical or it can be digital, right? It's cool. So you just want to know and be intentional on where you're marketing. So if you're marketing on social media platforms, cool. If you're going to be marketing physically, cool. If you're going to be doing events, flyers, grand opening at your store and things like that, that's physical. That's all physical. Meaning the person has to go, or they're going to be invited somewhere physically, or you're going to hand them something physically, or you're going to be promoting it physically. Who cares? Digital, in most cases, you're going to be using all social media platforms. I recommend using certain ones, but like I said, it doesn't matter. Your goal is to use social media platforms, generally speaking. And then 2, you should also be driving traffic back to your main website if you're going to be online marketing on social media platforms. 1, also, if you're going to be using paid advertising, you should be running all that traffic back to your web page, okay? So you guys can track how many customers came and went and what did they do, right? So number 4, you want to be intentional about where you're marketing, okay? Number 5, right? You want to make sure, like I said before, that the customer needs or want. But you don't know this, right? Especially if you're doing digital marketing. You don't know who wants it or not in most cases, right? If you're going to be marketing an event, you kind of get an idea because the person's not going to opt into the event without saying, yes, I agree that I need to go to this place because I know I need it, right? So in most cases, you want to make sure that your marketing, that your flyer, that your invitation, that your written content or advertisement or even your digital or your commercials, right? Make sure you put in there the desire, right? So number 5, you want to make sure that your content has desire, right? You want to have your content based around a need, a want, right? So desire, need, want. right? Pain points, right? You want to make sure your campaign or whatever it is that you're using has facts and numbers, right? Because people love that stuff, and statistics, right? And then last but not least, proof, right? So if you're running a campaign, if you're running a t-shirt brand, it doesn't matter, right? If you're running a product or service, you must add some type of desire to the content. You must add a need to the content, right? The reason why they need it, right? You want to just make sure that you put out, like, I know you have that. I know you got thousands of dollars in debt, and nod your head. I know you got it. That's the reason why you watching this. I know that because if you watching the content, I'm talking to the person who has debt. So why not point them out? Hey, I know you like cats. That's why you like this shirt. Like, whatever the case may be, call they ass out. I like doing things like that. The reason why you still on this video, because you need it. I don't need to have no conversation about it. I know you need it. And the reason why I'm going to keep driving home great value, because you know and I know that the information is valid, is on point, and you can take action on it. So that's why we're going to keep going. That's what we're going to keep building. But one, you want to make sure you have desire, right? Two, you want to make sure you have a need, right? The reason why they need it. You want to also put in there, I know that they want it, right? I know you want to walk around with this coffee mug because it's cool. That's one, right? That's what a want is. I want it. I don't need it. I know that this coffee cup has different features to it. I can hold my I can hold my credit cards there. I can hold my iPad stuff there. I can hold my flash chip there, right? It heats up by itself. You see what I'm saying? All the features and benefits. Pain point. Pain point is this. Like I said before, I know you have debt. I know it's killing you. I know you can't sleep at night, right? Because you're worrying about your debt. I know you're over your weight. I know it's hard to breathe upstairs. It's COVID-19 outside. You know, people that's overweight are high risk right now. It's very important to lose weight. You see what I'm saying? That's a pain point. You want to point out the pain point so they know and you know I'm talking to you directly. I don't care if it's a commercial. I don't care if it's a piece of paper. I don't care if it's a it's a mail out. I want them to know that I know their pain point, and I'm gonna point it out. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna make it aware. I know you're tired of dealing with shaggy hair because the hair bundles that you buy keep shedding. I know that the hair that you're ordering from certain other competition is coming from China, and it takes a very, very long time. My product only takes 3 days. You see what I'm saying? You have to execute pain points. You have to execute information about your industry, right? Simple and consistently, so that people can buy into you and your product and your services, right? Now, I like to also focus on facts. I do not like to focus on anything outside of facts because it's non-important. It's just hearsay. So if I'm hitting people with pure facts, I'm hitting people with pure law, I'm hitting people with pure results, right? If I'm selling a sneaker or a clothing line, if I'm selling real estate, if I'm selling stocks or showing people how stocks, if I'm selling a webinar, if I'm selling any kind of product or service, you must add facts. You must add proof, testimonials, things like that, or a visual. If I'm selling a hamburger, I want you to see that the person ate it, it was good, they said and they loved it and enjoyed it, and they took that hamburger and brought a whole bunch of hamburgers for their family. So not only that person ate it, they shared it with their mates, they shared it with their family, everyone enjoying it, and guess what? They're gonna love my brand and they're gonna come back and buy more. That's what I want to do. So if I have a visual, I want to show as much people engaging with my product, one. Second, I want to show a commercial or visual content with people using my product as such as in a lifestyle way, right? Or even if I'm writing about it, I want to add, I'm going to give you guys a bonus tonight, what a lot of people don't talk about. But I want to make sure that I add as much social proof as possible so people can buy in that my product is what? Is works, is worthy, right? You're gonna get results from it, right? Is safe, right? And you also going to be able to share with your friends and family, because ultimately, if a product is good, people will share, people will talk about it. Okay, so now let's give you guys a bonus for marketing, right? Well, for sales, cause I don't talk about this much, but you guys gonna get this tonight, and then we're gonna end it off here. Cause we don't give you guys so much freaking information that you guys are probably thrown up with information and action and all this good stuff. And I know you guys probably got to pee, and some people got to probably take a doodle like I do. So anyway, listen, we're gonna give you guys a bonus tonight. So this is the bonus. I don't talk about this a lot. I'm gonna give you guys a real bonus, and you guys are gonna be able to be so effective with your business, and so effective with your selling, and so effective even with dealing with people on a day-to-day basis, right? Actually, I'm gonna give you two bonuses tonight because I feel good. So let's talk about it. So one, I'm gonna talk about shit theory. I hope I spelled it right. Right? One. Number two, right? Let me make sure I put bonus up here. This is bonus. Right? So bonus, we're going to talk about ship theory, right? This is a concept. I want you guys, well, it's a theory. I want you guys to use this on your day-to-day life. This is a great tool to use and help me in my life and my business experience and ventures. It helped me out a lot. So it helped me in my personal life, and also help me in my business life, right? Make sure you guys can see that. Second, I want to talk about Fuji's, right? And that's F-U-G-I. Now, a lot of people probably heard of it. Cool. Great. And if you haven't, I want you to write it down. Now, ship theory is this. Now, a lot of people on a day-to-day basis or yearly basis or even personal business go through shit. Personal and business and just work life in general. But ultimately, we're human. We go through shit, right? So this concept is called ship theory. And what this is going to help you do is to manage and to compartmentalize your emotions, right? One, your situations, two, right? And ultimately it's going to help you move forward in life or even in any obstacle that you're dealing with, which is a great thing, right? So this is good information for you. If you guys never heard of this before, it's called ship theory. So we're going to show you how to compartmentalize issues, problems, anything in life that you're dealing with, even managing your business. So number one, a lot of times when we wake up in the morning, we're just dealing with the shits, which is water, right? Now, me and you know, in most cases, we got to get ourselves together and get everything going, right? So once we get ourselves together, we're ready to go. We're ready to party, right? So in order to get going, you got to have a ship, right? You want to go sailing, got to have a ship. This is a bad ship, by the way, but who cares? Now, back in the day, ships were not built the right way, right? So think about it. Back in the day, ships were not built the right way. I want you to take the same concept and say, hey, when I was growing up, when I was dealing with shit, or my family was, raising me, or even when I first started a job, or even when I first started a business, or even when I first started doing marketing, or even when I first started a relationship, I wasn't good at it. You have to admit this. Shit ain't good, right? So we know that. So now back in the day, ships were not made the right way. Meaning, if something was to hit this ship, the reason that it's built this way, or the way that it is built, ultimately it would sink this ship, right? Now fast forward. Sometimes we can be rushing out in the morning. Sometimes we can be so freaking, caught up in our life that it spills over to other things in our life, right? So the fact that this ship wasn't built the right way, and we just jumped in it, we rushed, we ran out thinking everything was good, but we didn't think that, oh wow, my brain isn't right, the way I think isn't right, the way I move isn't right, the way I make decisions isn't right. So the fact that I rushed out today, the fact that I got in an argument, the fact that I lost my cool, the fact that I cursed this motherfucker out, The fact that I didn't have all the right tools when I was born and raised and things like that, the reason why things happen is because your boat and your ship isn't compartmentalized the right way, and you do not have the right tools and means to save yourself from certain situations, right? Because you're not built that way. So let's case in point. I ran out, I hopped in the boat, I'm having fun and things like this back in the day, right? It's sunny outside, it's nice. But I totally forget, we're in November, in December, and I'm sailing, and we wind up hitting an iceberg, right? We hit the iceberg in front of the ship intakes all the water, right? And now guess what? My ship sinks. Now I'm under the fucking water. All because my thought process wasn't right. I was rushing in the morning. I got overwhelmed. I got nervous. I didn't have the right tools. I didn't grow up right. I had excuses. I didn't listen. I didn't learn from my mistakes. I kept making the same mistakes. I don't give a fuck about no one's opinion. You understand what I'm saying? This is what happens with ship theory, right? The average person, or even not the average person, once you go through shit and you get hit, you sink. In most cases, you're out of the fucking game. Now, this is what happened. People got smart about when they were sailing these ships in these waters, right? They got so good and so conscious about how to make these ships and how to build certain things that if they did get hit by an iceberg, they won't ship. They won't sink. Sorry. This is what we have to do as a people. This is what we have to do as individuals. In order to be successful, you must learn how to compartmentalize your issues and all your challenges that you're going through, and learn how to attack them one by one. But ultimately, since we got better, we learn how to listen, we learn how to correct shit, we learn not to take everything so fucking personal, right? We learn how to listen, but I didn't say that already. We learn how to take guidance, we learn how to reach out to people, we learn how to deal with shit. That ultimately, when people start building ships, because they fell into so many different tragedies, they fell into so many tragedies and lost so many goods and things like this when they're traveling, that once another iceberg hit the ship, it only leaked into the first half of the ship, right? And the other example, it leaked into the entire ship, and that would ultimately, that's what made the ship sink. By us being able to compartmentalize and build a strong mentality, right? This is a process. You have to build up to it. We're not saying just by having this theory you're going to be great, but by building and having repetition and being patient and being consistent, this is what's going to allow you to compartmentalize your issues, compartmentalize, when shit hit the fan, you don't have to blow up, which I'm learning myself, right? But ultimately what we're saying with ship theory is, one, do not allow things and situations to, one, leak over into your life, right? Two, do not allow things to leak over to your day-to-day, right? Which is very important. So if I get in an argument right now, I'm not losing my cool. I may lose it just enough, but not to the point where it's going to land me in jail, right? So you must compartmentalize your issues, your problems, your challenges, and things of the such. All right. So thank you guys. That's ship theory. I hope you guys like that theory and work with it, and just I hope you guys took notes and just let it sink in. Okay. Now let's move on. I'm gonna give you guys another bonus for tonight, and this is for sales. Now this is what this theory. Well, sorry, not this theory, but this acronym. Fuji's. I actually taught when I was doing door-to-door sales with Verizon Fios at a company called Crosstown. With the owner by the name of Jared, which is, if he's on the show, shout out to Jared. Great information. Love you. Right? Now, F stands for fear. Right? Fear of loss. We're going to talk about it. U stands for urgency. Right? G stands for greed, right? I stands for indifference, right? Indifference. Now, fear of loss, I know people are like, what the hell are you talking about, Josh? I never heard of this shit, or if I did hear about it, cool. Let's just talk about it, and I'm going to give you a spinoff of how I do it so you guys can really understand, like, what made me so successful, the reason why I become, so aware of certain things and just on my day-to-day dealing as a professional, as a parent, as a mate, as a friend, as a family member, as a salesperson, as a business owner, as a CEO, right? All these things came down to this part, right? So Fuji's is fear of loss. I don't care what it is, you must use this tactic in your day-to-day life. I don't care what it is, you're gonna get good at it. But you should always use fear of loss, meaning two things. I can give you something, right? But ultimately, I can take it away. Case in point. If I was dealing with a customer right now and I'm trying to, sell something to them, right? I would say, okay, boom, I will give you, 15% off today, but I can only give it to you, within the next 30 minutes. Other than that, the deal is not gonna be on the table anymore, and I'm not gonna be able to give you 15%. Meaning, I'm giving you what you want or an option to get what you want, but ultimately, I'm gonna use the fear of loss, which is I'm gonna give you a certain time or a certain amount of whatever it is to execute what it is I need to get done, right? So if I have 5 tickets, I'll give you, the 5 tickets that you need, but ultimately I'm going to put a timestamp on it where if you do not make that purchase or make that decision, I'm going to have to take it back. That's fear of loss, okay? Fear of loss, right? You give something, in return, they need to give it, give whatever it is that you need in return with, under a certain time frame, right? So if it's a day or two, cool. If it's 30 minutes, cool. If it's within the next 5 seconds, like whatever it is, they need to make that decision. The less time, the more it works, honestly speaking, because a sense of urgency is there. Okay? Moving along. Urgency, right? We just landed on it, but let's talk about urgency. Now, I'm going to give you an example. If I was in a situation where I'm selling something or proposing something to someone, my goal ultimately is to get that person to close when I want them to close, right? In most cases, if I'm selling something, the objective of selling something is to close it, right? I don't care what it is. If it's a product or service, that's the goal. It's to make money. It's to build revenue. Now, some people love urgency in the sense of rushing people. I don't like to use it that way. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to put my twist to it and what worked for me, right? The word urgency clearly means get shit done now, right? But it doesn't have to be like that for you, right? So I don't like using the sales mentality, but I do like the concepts. The reason why I was so good in the sales industry where I can walk out today and go sell anyone whatever it is that I want is because I learned the right tactics, but I also, I have integrity, right? I learned how to sell with integrity, which everyone should do. I learned how to sell being honest, right? I learned how to sell without having my interests at heart and have the customer interests at heart, or at least 50-50 where it makes sense, right? So cool, let's talk about urgency. Now, if I wanted a customer to buy something today, my goal is to close them today, period. That's what your job is to do, right? My job every day is to sell and to close business. As a business owner, as a freelancer, as a salesperson, that's your job. Your job is to sell shit every day. But your job ultimately is to sell with urgency alongside of building a rapport. So this is what I used to do. My first intention is to close them, always. right? How I would do that would be, especially if I'm here in your area for today and for today only, if I have you on the phone today and today only, 'cause I don't know when the next time I'm going to get you on the phone. I'm going to close you right now, whatever it takes. I can drop the price. I can maneuver the numbers. I can call my manager. I can make the deal happen. But the main goal before, like I told anyone, you cannot put the tactic urgency in front of a report or identifying what that customer need or may want. Because if I have a product or service and the customer don't want it, urgency is out the window. So your first goal with using the tactic urgency is to identify if the customer is going to buy today, if they have the intention to buy today. If they do not have the intention to buy today, it's not going to work. So what you should do, and what I do a lot of times when I'm selling people, is I want to identify and get them on the yes train as quick as possible, and then use urgency. Okay, I hope you guys got that. So this is how it goes. Hey, my name is Josh. I was just in the area. We just put these lines up here to help the area get faster. Wi-Fi, or I'm in the area today, and I'm actually I'm the owner of So Clean NYC, and today we're just out here advertising to local customers and homeowners and things like that on our our home services for cleaning for COVID-19, disinfecting, also our deep cleaning program, right? That's one. I want to give an introduction, and then now I'm going to go into the other part. So, hey, have you ever got your home clean, or are you guys like cleaning up and make sure you guys are disinfecting the home and ensuring the safety of your family? No, we haven't done it yet, but we've been thinking about it. Bing, that's number one. Two, no, we thought about it, but we don't really want anyone in the house. Bing, that's number two. My job is to identify if the customer is thinking about it, they have an interest. My job also is to identify if the customer don't give a fuck about it. If they don't give a fuck about it, I move on to the next person. So urgency can work two ways. It can work for me, or not say it can really work. It can work for me always. It also can work, not say against you, but it can make you aware of what customer you need to be in front of. Now, if the customer say, yes, I've been thinking about it, I just haven't had the chance to do it, I'm going to go full blown in. You see my eye? I'm going in, because that's a kill, right? Or that's a sell, that's a conversion. Now, the customer say, hey, I thought about it, I just haven't had the time to do it. That means right now is the time. I'm going in. Now let's click in urgency. This is where I click on urgency. Now, urgency means two things. I want to hit the customer with the information as quick as possible, right? I don't want to be lackadaisical. I'm not trying to sit here and have a long, drawn-out conversation. I'll do that at some point, but not right now. My goal is to sell them and close them. So now the customer say, hey, yeah, man, I've been thinking about that, but I haven't had a chance to. Yo, great. Listen, I'm actually in the area for like the next hour, right? We're actually selling house cleaning products in packages, right? The house cleaning product is going to be $60 right now just for this area exclusively, because it's our first time here. If you guys hear me, I'm building urgency. I said two things already. I'm in the area for only an hour. Right? That's one. Two, we just dropped the price exclusively for this area because we haven't been in this area before. Did you get that? So not only did I tell that person I'm not here for a long time, but I also told them that this price is not going to last for a long time because I'm not going to be here for that long. And the price dropped dramatically because we're trying to, build a relationship here in this area. So always talk about price being a limited time offer, and always talk about your time being a limited time offer. I don't care if it's physical, right? If you're doing a physical thing, or even if you're doing a digital, right? If you're doing a digital ad campaign, do a timer, or say it's only for X amount of days. I don't care. If you're doing a physical product or selling a physical product or event or doing an event, make sure all your advertisement product and display things have a time limit on it, meaning today only this price. Today only, right? We have a sales event today only. You have to drive that factor in because people are going to think, oh, I can come back tomorrow, or I can do this another day. No, that's not the premise that we're working on. We got to get shit done today or within the next couple of hours. That's what I used to do. Okay, I used to give the customer a sense of urgency, but give them just enough time to make a decision. Because if I'm in this area in an hour, I can continue doing what I need to do, right? I can cover my territory and finish, gardening and figuring out what needs to get pulled and what doesn't need to get pulled right now. That's the concept. So if I give a customer, if I get in front of a customer, my first goal is to add urgency, but also identify if the customer has an interest or don't have an interest, right? If you're online, your goal is to make sure that you get in front of people who have an interest. That's it. That's the main goal. If the person have an interest, your goal is to figure out all the lookalike competitors around you, one, and also figure out what your customer interest is. Because if you do that, your advertising campaign can get in front of them at those times, in the morning, in the afternoon, at night, right? One. Two, while they're thinking about coffee, I can advertise them because I have a coffee related product. Boom. If they think about coffee and working out because it's caffeine. Two, right? You see what I'm saying? If my product is music, I want to make sure that I jump on the kind of music, one, that they like, and also introduce them to music they probably never heard of. You just have to understand where to get in. That's where you have to understand. You have to be intentional, as well as make sure you have enough information to understand where to insert yourself, right? All right, moving along. Now, greed, which is G, right? Make sure you guys write this down. Greed is a special tactic that you have to use, but you have to use it in a very intentional way, right? Once again, you got to be intentional. So if I'm in an area, right, selling stuff to an area, like if I'm physically in the area and I'm selling stuff, or if I'm selling things digitally, right, I want to use greed as well, right? You just need to know when to use it. Now, when is a good time to use greed, right? Greed, in most cases, how we use it, the thought process is everybody in your neighborhood is doing this, right? Hundreds and thousands of people, if you're online, right? Hundreds and thousands of people are getting results from this product. Just make sure you know that you already got the results and you can back it up. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to talk about greed and talk about hundreds or thousands of people doing it and you only sold to one motherfucker. That shit ain't gonna line up, because then they're gonna do their research and find out that you're lying, or you don't have that much views to even back up that statement. That's why greed has to be used the right way. Now, if you're selling affiliate products and things like this, where you can use the reviews and the track record from a high company, then do so, because you're not lying. You're talking about the record from the company. But if you're selling your own product and your own services, do not use greed that way. So, granular, use it on a more micro level. Say, hey, listen, in your area, there's a few people that already took these deals because they seen the value in it, right? Some of your neighbors, they took the deal because they seen the value in it, right? If I'm online, listen, my friends and my family members, when I showed them this, they did it. They applied the knowledge and they ran with it, right? So now we're here online and we're trying to get in front of thousands of people to share the same information, because guess what? My mom is like your mom. My dad is like your dad. You understand what I'm saying? Now I can use my personal experience, right? Because we all have family members, and I can tell them, no, listen, my uncle, no, he uses too. My dad, he just hit me up and say, hey, I need to make some more money, but I need marketing. He needs marketing. And he's 50-something years old. Who cares? Black don't crack though. Shout out to Pops. My sister, guess what? She said, hey, Josh, I need marketing to sell my brands and my products and to build my business out. So guess what? If you got friends and you got family and you got, you're a couple and you're trying to build some financial, revenue streams, guess what? You're going to need marketing at some point in the day, because you're going to burn out the people that are around you. If they sell, if they don't sell, you have to understand how to get in front of millions of people. All right. So using greed and using your closest case studies, that's great. One. Two, if you're dealing with a high-end product or a product that's been selling and you have proof and reviews, use that to your advantage as well, and use the greed, tactic in play. So many people bought the product. So many people got results. So many people left reviews. Go to this website and check it out. Or, come, try these samples and take this, take our starter packet and use the product for 30 days and see what everyone else is talking about. That's greed. Everyone been doing it. Why not you? You should do it. That's greed. Moving along. Indifference. Indifference, especially in New York, you want to use this. If you're on the phone, you want to use this. If you're in person, you want to use this. If you have an ad campaign online and you're physically doing it, you want to use it. Indifference. Look up the meaning, but I'm going to give it to you right now. The meaning is going to go into more detail. It may just be, general. But indifference means I want to show a level of I don't need you. I want to show a level of the hymen, the hand up, right? If I'm selling a person, if a person get, oh, whoa, I'll put my hand out. Stop them where they at. If I get in an argument, whoa. Hey, man, we're not here to do that. Put your hand up. That's indifference. That's backing that shit. Hey, man, hold on. Heisman, chill. Going too far, right? I didn't come here to do that. Listen, our product is different. We work with this company. We got these kind of results. You feel me? So you have to understand when to use it. Eye contact, right? Using certain things like this. Boom. Stop. Hey, man, we're not doing that. Or if the customer, you don't even have to use hand adjustment. If a customer say, man, I don't really need, I don't need credit repair service. My credit is good. Hey, I know. You see how, and my tone is also indifference. Versus me say, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm okay. It's not a problem. No, indifference is giving that settled dis-ease. Oh, not me. Listen. You see what I'm saying? You want to use the language remember is body language as well as verbal. So sometimes I can be indifferent without even moving, especially if we're in such a close place or even on camera. Oh, what? Now my credit is good, man. I don't need that. Hey, listen, I think that you probably want to take a look at this because a lot of people say their credit is good. 9 to 10, even though you have a good credit score, you may have a poor credit portfolio, which is holding you back. So ultimately, yes, your credit score could be good, but the bad part is how your credit portfolio is set up, which is not allowing you to use your credit score at the highest level that you possibly can. That's the difference. A lot of people got good credit scores, but they don't have strong credit portfolios. And a lot of people who got great scores, they don't even understand the first half of what they can actually do with their credit score. Just as much as people don't really understand how much potential that you can actually use, your brain power with. We don't really understand that shit until we sit down with someone that can tell us, right? So it's the same concept. Be indifferent, but also you want to throw on another twist or another perspective that a person have not even thought of yet, because you're such a professional at what you do. So it's not about, it's not about getting emotional or combative when you're using the indifference technique. It's about giving someone a different perspective, as well as being, showing physical indifference and verbal indifference. I hope you guys got that. Anyway, listen, it's your boy Josh. I hope you guys enjoyed the content for tonight. I know that we always give great content, so that's not even the case. I hope you guys, share. Make sure you guys like it. Make sure you guys post it. Make sure you apply it. Make sure you share with your family who need it, especially during this COVID-19 time. We went through credit, we went through business, and we went through marketing. So at this point, you guys should not be talking about, the things that you can't do. We should be talking about the things that we can do, right? I also, gave 2 bonuses on Ship Theory and on Fuji, right? So I gave you guys concept on how to move and how to think, outside of, your normal day-to-day thinking, right? And I also gave you guys Fuji so you guys can be more effective with selling online and offline, right? These are the key things, especially with business like we talked about, structuring your business, having a 4-step process to running your business, right? And then with your credit, we taught you how to fix it, how to deal with inaccurate information and verified information, how to freeze and how to update your address and your name information correctly, right? If you need that 609 paperwork, I just got a picture of it, so I'm gonna post it. So just go back to the Facebook page and you guys can get it and download it. So we just went through a lot of different things tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys know how we do it. Monday through Friday, we go live at 8 o'clock. In most cases, maybe 8:15, 8:20, depending on the day. If you guys do not see me jump on the live, just make sure you guys look at the live. Not the live, but we always post content on topics that if I don't get a chance to like actually get up and do it. All right, so always check the page out. But ultimately tonight, like I said before, we're giving away cash. So we're giving away, like I said, $400. We're giving away five max out to $5,000. So the lucky person will get that text message that they won. If no one wins tonight, then we'll just roll it over to the next day until someone actually wins. Other than that, go onto the YouTube page as well, the Josh Harkness Live Show. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Cause that's the main key part to you guys getting the free company gift cards. So you guys can use it, and leverage your business the right way and get certain things, done. Other than that, this is your boy Josh. Thank you for joining us at the Josh Harkness Live Show. We out. Have a good night. Later guys. Later. I see you guys tomorrow at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m.